Hey, Jason here, and let's talk about something real today. Why is it that so many American travelers are online using social media and lying to you? In this video, we're going to actually go through one of those channels. It just actually came up in my feed today. And the blatant misinformation or, holding back information is really starting to get on my nerves. As someone who has been an expat for the last 10 years successfully, been able to hold residencies, can actually tell you how I was able to get my permits to be able to stay in these countries and now have permanent residency here in Zambia. It is just an insult of what they're doing to the expat community. So let's go ahead and break it down. Hey, Jason here. If you're new to the channel, I've been an expat slash nomad for 10 years. I'm on my fourth country, third continent here in the southern region of Africa in Lusaka, Zambia. And I've just started sharing with you things I've learned along this journey. And also, if you're thinking about becoming an expat or already one, just explain to you some of the things that I'm finding out here in Zambia as far as opportunities, just to give you a different perspective. So let's go ahead and dig into today's video, which is about why are these American travelers lying, man? Like, aren't you tired of being lied to? And so let me pull up my YouTube. I want to be very as accurate as possible when I'm reading this. Now, this is a channel, I do not know them. I've never met them. Never even heard of this channel till today. And it came up because I saw the thumbnail, which says passport denied. Then it has a U.S. passport with with a denied stamp on it. Travelers, I guess, turned away or something. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But then it says for the title, Expat Alert, U.S. passport no longer respected. Like, these are just lies. And then making it seem as if you're an American and you're traveling across the world, people are going to just kick you out because of your passport. That is not true. That is not happening. South Africa is not kicking Americans out. I go to South Africa very routinely. I'm going back in October. Botswana, Namibia. Namibia does have a permit now. But guess what? Stop thinking you deserve stuff for free just because you're an American. Just because these countries want you to pay permits or visas to enter into their country, what is wrong with that? Quit being cheap. They have to pay the same thing to go to the U.S. a hell of a lot more. And like, this is one of those things where a lot of Americans have this American entitlement, like, oh, poor Africa, these poor countries, you need my US dollars. They don't need you. They don't need you at all. They're doing very fine without you or any other American. But guess what? You can go there as an American and you can make it beneficial and you can enrich the country and enrich yourself. I'm doing it here in Zambia. I'm not here just because I love the weather. I'm here because there's opportunities to make money. There's things to take advantage of. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with countries expecting you to pay a visa. Who cares? Grow up. Like, that doesn't mean that, oh, now they hate America. No. And like someone on one of my videos, like, oh, because of Trump, Namibia now making us pay a visa. I'm like, dude, if you were living in Africa, you would have known Namibia was talking about doing that over 2 years ago. They've been thought about doing this whole making Americans pay visas. And I personally feel like majority countries should make Americans pay visas. It's only usually 100 to 200 bucks. Come on, you can't afford it? Like, what's the deal here? It isn't like you have to show you have thousands of dollars in the bank account like some of them have to do when they're going to other countries. Like, we need to grow up here. Like, let's get to the right era. This is 2025. Like, let's stop the age of entitlement. And so going through their channel, I was looking. I'm like, okay, let me see. Where do you have residency? Where are you at? So this channel is called Journey with Us. I don't know them. If you know them, you can just leave a comment if you know them. If it's a good channel or not, I don't know. But I don't like clickbait or misinformation or taking a little tagline and then you're trying to make it seem like, oh, this is what it is. Because I'm going to explain to you later on in the video exactly what people like this are doing. And you can agree with me or not. I don't really care. But I'm just telling you, I've seen this pattern so many times. I know people when I see a person, I just believe them for who they are. This is one of the reasons why I don't hang around too many Americans. I'm very, very specific on what type of Americans or diasporans I allow in my presence because most of these people are not good. So looking through, They're in Mauritius. None of their videos, though, explained how do you have permanent residence in Mauritius? Or do you? But I did finally run into a video that said how I retired early in Mauritius. No taxes, fast visas, and ocean views or something. So they ended up getting the digital nomad visa. Now I know Mauritius has had a digital nomad visa for like the last 2 to 3 years that I know of personally, because I was looking into it. It's a very simple visa to get if you have enough money coming in every month, about $1,500 US. It may need to increase depending on how many people are in your family. But one of the things I didn't like about the digital nomad visa, I don't have rights. It's nothing but an extended tourist visa. You can just stay in there for a year and you have to renew each and every year. They may now have something now where you can get a little bit longer, but when I looked it up, it wasn't anything longer than 1 year. And to keep paying for a visa year after year after year, it wasn't worth it. But what I did see in Mauritius, and the reason why I was going to actually go there if I wasn't able to get residency in Zambia, is they have a retirement permit. A real retirement permit, meaning you get a 10-year visa. Not only do you get a 10-year visa, if you stay there 3 years consecutively, you can apply for a permanent residency. 20 years. Once you get the permanent residency or the retirement visa, you don't have to get the permanent residency. Guess what? It opens up, you can actually purchase real estate. You can actually buy homes. You can buy property. You can open up businesses. You're just not allowed to work. That is a big difference between a digital nomad visa, which you're just nothing but an extended tourist that's allowed to, you're just saying you can support yourself and you're not going to become a financial burden on that community or that country, compared to you being considered a retired person and you have the rights to invest in that country, open up businesses, and start owning property, buildings, and things of that nature. You're just not allowed to work it. Same thing that's here for Zambia. Zambia doesn't have a digital nomad visa. However, it does have a retirement permit here. I got lucky. When I did my retirement permit, it wasn't an age limit on there. However, the beginning of this year, something happened to where now there's an age limit of 55 years old. Even a lot of the people in immigration are like, no, it's always been there. I'm like, no, it wasn't. I got my permanent residency. That was not part of the restrictions. If it was, I wouldn't even be able to put them in my application. And then when I show them my residency and everything, they're like, wait, this doesn't, something's wrong here. Why is it on here now? Something happened. Like, I don't know what happened. Hopefully I find out what happened eventually, or the solution get resolved, because I feel like because of that new age limit, it is actually holding a lot of people back who could be here retired in Zambia, opening up businesses and boosting their economy. I'm all about immigration. Let me be completely honest with you. I hate when this phone does this. I'm all about immigration. And what I mean by that is the thing that made America great was when they started allowing a bunch of immigrants from other countries that were not doing so great anymore. When those immigrants started going to America, they came with skill sets. They came with businesses. They did come with a little bit of money. I know they have this thing where they tell you, oh, America just took in everyone. They weren't taking in poor people. They were taking in people who had businesses and owned stuff. These were people that got displaced because of World War II and some from World War I. That is what this is. Immigration is how you boost your economy. But it's not just immigration of taking any immigrant. You take the middle class of a leading country. This is why I always keep saying, if I was Zambia and I was over there immigration, I would make it very simple, not easy, simple, for retired American military and retired American government workers who are on pensions to be able to retire here fully and have permanent residency. That would boost the country so much, because there would be a whole new class of multi-millionaire earning kwacha earners. Not dollars, kwacha. This is a kwacha earning country, so there's no point in you needing people to earn dollars here. You don't need multi-millionaire dollar people here. You need multi-millionaire kwacha earners. That is a big difference. And I'll probably go into that in more detail in another video. Now, one of the things that was a telltale sign in the video about the passports denied, which was just a straight lie. That's a lie. I'm telling you right now, that's a lie. No one is denying U.S. passports unless you do not have the right to get into that country. If something is wrong with you, that is your problem. That does not mean they're targeting you because you're American. I saw a white American get kicked out of Thailand because he was drunk, belligerent, and acting stupid in the airport. And then he crying, I'm American, I'm American. Who cares? Act like a fucking civilized person. We need to grow up. Grow up. One of the things that I am so grateful for before I get back to that, when I first was in the military, my first duty station was South Korea. They gave me a speech. They was like, look, you're an ambassador of the country. Don't be out there acting a fucking fool. You need to be representing not only yourself, but this country well. And I feel like everybody needs to understand that before they get a passport. It don't matter if you hate the U.S. or not. Even some of these big hoteps, Israelites, and all of this, they hate the U.S. so much, but guess what? They ain't denouncing their citizenship. Oh wait, they can't afford it. My bad. Another story. But the telltale sign that was in that video was the countries that she listed that they've been to in Africa. We've been to Kenya, Tanzania, Zambia, South Africa, Botswana. These are all countries that are very hard to get residency in. Most Americans are not able to afford to get residency in these countries. Let me say that again. Those countries listed, most Americans are not able to afford to get residency. Why is that? They're not financially stable. They're not financially free. Like, we need to be real here. One of the reasons I didn't go to Kenya, one, because there's too many passport bros there, but two, you have to pay for the visa every single year. Or you pay 5 or 6 years up front, like, for what? And then you still have to keep leaving back and forth, back and forth. And then the retirement visa, it just wasn't worth it. There was someone who told me they could hook me up and, it just cost me about 3,000 to 5,000 USD. But I'm like, for what? Kenya? Like, I've never been there and I'm not knocking Kenya. I'll probably visit one day in my life, but I'm not paying that much money. Like, Kenya was never on my radar. It wasn't a country that I ever really cared about as far as going to. South Africa. I love South Africa. However, I was not going to travel back to the United States just to apply for their retirement permit. I qualified for it. And I told them, I was like, well, I'll just keep looking in other countries. I went to Botswana. I applied for an immigrant visa there. They don't have a retirement permit, but they do have an immigrant visa, which is obtainable. However, I don't know what happened. They never called me or updated anything on my status. Can't even find my application in the system. But I'm going to redo it. I'm going to go back, use a lawyer this time instead of doing it myself. And I'm going to see if it works eventually. That's just being honest with you. I came to Zambia. I got permanent residency. Before I came to Africa, I started out my journey in Panama. I didn't have permanent residence. I had 3-year residency. And if I would have stayed longer, stayed 5 years, then I could have applied for permanent residency. Same thing goes for Colombia. I had residency in Colombia for 3 years. If I would have stayed longer and renewed it after 5 years, I would have been able to get permanent residency. All of these places I had retirement permit in. Like, even here, if you look on my channel, I talk to you about the application form. I talk to you about me getting the driver license. I have an NRC card. These are things that need to be important. Before someone is telling you, come here, live here, buy my consultation, they need to show you they have actual legal proof to be in that country. They need to show you they have actual legal proof to be in that country. Please hear me on that. And then I look through, cause I'm like, I kind of see what kind of profile this is. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're selling some kind of consultation fees or classes. And as soon as I clicked, I saw exactly, yep, there you go. Then I'm like, oh, I bet you it's in dollars. Ding, 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 ding. I bet you it's in dollars. I think one course was $150 or something. Some other thing, 200 some bucks. Guys, stop spending your hard-earned money with these people. And I'm not just saying them. I'm just saying in general. You shouldn't be paying someone on the internet without a true track record that much money. I know multi-millionaires that sell courses online for $9. Do you see the difference there? And also, as someone who's been doing digital marketing for a while, I used to have faceless channels. I used to run Facebook ads. I used to have a whole lot of different profiles no one knows anything about that I was in control of when it was CC and I. And we didn't sell stuff expensive. Actually, most of the stuff we sold were other people's products. We were using something called ClickBank. Bet you'd never heard of that. A lot of these people ain't telling you this stuff, are they? Because they're not real marketers. When you first start Google searching how to earn money online, do you know who comes up first? It's the people who teach you this same old bullshit. Get a calendar. Get people to do consultations. Charge them for your consultations. You just need to be a few steps ahead of them. Like the information you know that they don't know, they're going to be appreciative of. It's bullshit. It's nonsense. I invested a lot of money, thousands of dollars into stupid courses, stupid trainings, and stupid people who did not know what the hell they were talking about. I invested thousands into it. This is why you don't see me doing all of this marketing stuff, all of this nonsense. I'm just being honest with you on here. This is why I let my channel grow slow. This is why I'm focused on providing content and also doing it in a place of quantity beats quality. If you listen to Gary Vee, he tells you that all the time. Like for me, I'm playing a long game, but most importantly, this is just the MSI for me. I'm not finna lie to you. This is just another multiple stream of income for me with doing social media. Every last one of my social media channels are a multiple stream of income. Meaning as each one gets monetized, like here on YouTube, I have almost 3,000 videos on here. Of the 3,000, I may have 2,500 that are actually able to be monetized, meaning put ad revenue in there. Of that 2,500, if those videos, once I get monetized, each one is averaging 50 cents to $1. Do you see how much money that is each month? You don't need a lot. I don't need to be sitting here trying to tell you, oh, if you want to talk to me, pay me $200. Oh, here's a course for 150. Oh, here's my guide for this. For what? If I want to create a guide for Zambia, I'd create it and give it to you for free. But you know what I'm creating out here? What I'm doing personally? I did a children's book. I wanted to do another children's book for Zambians. And this one is taking the context of green eggs and ham, but using it in a Zambian perspective. Doing it from their tradition, not their tradition, but from some of their cultural foods, such as chikanda. Something simple. It's just something fun for me to do. Like, that's what I get to do, man. Like when you're dealing with someone who is not dependent on your US dollars or your euros to support their lifestyle, they're not out here selling you anything. And I've met a lot of people who can truly afford to live outside of the country. They're not selling you anything. They don't even want to sell you anything. They want to help you. That's why, like I tell people, like if you get on my calendar, if I give you my number, now as far as giving you my number, like I'm not good at contacting back, like especially if you text me. Anybody can vouch for that. Like I'm really bad. But like my mind be all over the place because there's so many money making things to do here. Like even right now, like the reason why I'm doing this video is because there's no power, so I'm not able to get on the computer and do some of the work that I wanted to finish up from yesterday. But like also like I've just been looking through their channel. Guys, we're not in World War III. We're not in World War III. No one is targeting black Americans abroad. No one's targeting Americans in case you're a white American. It's not true. No one is bothering you. More people are going to be more interested in, hey, what is it like in America? Oh, what made you come here? People are more inquisitive than anything. Like, we have to stop lying. I know negativity and fear sells a lot, but we don't have to use that as a fear-based tactic to make money. And also, like, just be cautious. Be very cautious of who you're taking advice from. Like I keep seeing these people, oh, you can buy some land, come get some land, and they can't even tell you how to get a fucking visa. I'm sorry. Let me watch my tone. I'm getting a little annoyed if you can tell. They're not even telling you how to get the visa or the permit. Like you have some people in some countries where like, oh yeah, you can get a visa here, and they don't even offer visas. They offer permits. Zambia doesn't have visas. They have permits. And you may be like, well, what's the difference? They're the same. It's a big difference. If you pay for a permit, you're going to be proud to say, hey, I got my permit. I paid my money for my permit. I didn't pay for a visa. I got a tourist visa on arrival, but I paid for a permit to get permanent residency. I have permanent residency here in Zambia. I never have to leave this country. After 7 or so years, I can apply for citizenship if I want to. That is a big difference. I have a driver license in Zambia. I have a SADC driver license. Like, if you look into how some of these people are selling you these different places, especially on the continent, because they're preying on if you're a hotep, if you're a black Israelite, or if you're just a black American that's just so fed up with the racism of America, they're playing on your emotions to get into your wallet. That's it. But you're not seeing any of them telling you how they actually was able to get legal residency there. Even right now, like I'm not telling you about the businesses I'm setting up. I'm legally going through the process of setting them up. I've just now got three approvals for my name registration of my businesses. Those three business names cleared. I'm now in the next step, the next process. I'm doing it. I can't tell you how to do it until I finish doing it. You get the difference there? Like it's a big difference, and I'm laughing right now, but I'm being very serious. Use common sense judgment, and I'm not saying it in a mean way. If it doesn't make sense in your home country, it doesn't make sense here, and it doesn't matter what country you're in on the continent. Like at the end of the day, we live in the same time frame, and we live in the same world. We're not on a different planet. You're not on Earth, American. I'm on Earth, Zambia. We're on the same planet. Oh man, what I'm finna start doing. I ordered my video capture card and stuff. 'Cause I'm finna start doing some stream. Well, I was going to start doing more streaming, but what I'm finna start doing is going through and doing reaction videos to a lot of these different channels' videos. And I'm finna start breaking things down. I'm finna start breaking down their marketing. I'm going to break down to the psychology of what they're saying. I'm going to break down to you why are they saying things a certain way? Why are they clipping things a certain way? Like, I'm going to just break all this down to you. Because people are using psychological marketing tools to take your money. I don't want to say steal because you're a part of this also. But they are taking your money. They're not giving you the value that you deserve. They're definitely not giving you the value of $200 to $150. Do you know how much value it takes to give up $150 to $200 worth of value? That is a lot. Now, as someone who has digital products, that is a lot. Like even my tracker, like if you want a budgeting tracker, just budget down below in the comments, and I'll give you the link. It's a free budgeting tracker that I put together just for you. Because one of the things that I'm really big on right now is trying to let people understand there's 2 goals you need to have. First goal is financial literacy, increase your understanding of money. Second goal is financial freedom. And then you can increase that as you go. And so like I started doing it, like you don't see me selling that. Even when I was selling products, it wasn't my products. So like I didn't dictate the price or anything like that. I would literally give out, like if I was selling a product for $50, I would probably go and create about maybe $100 to $200 worth of products, freebies. What do I mean by that? Different lead magnets. That's what they call them. They're called lead magnets. When you see the little things and look cute, they're nothing but lead magnets. Usually to capture your email. If you're doing email marketing, I have an email list of over 1 million people that I still have today. And it's business, guys. It's business. But like people ain't telling you this stuff. I'm pretty sure some of these people don't have email lists and things of that nature either, because they're not going deeper into marketing. They're learning at base level marketing psychology, which is borderline used car salesman slash con artist marketing, because it's just trying to make you feel that they are subject matter expert and they know more than you, when the truth is not. Especially when people are talking about government policies and things like that. Like if you saw my video about travel ban versus travel advisory, if you look at the travel ban on countries, let's say such as Zambia, it doesn't add up with the travel advisory that says Zambia is one of the safest countries in the world to visit. So why would you put a ban on the safest country in the world? It makes no sense. There's more things involved in that. Let's not forget that certain countries try to keep a stronghold, a chokehold on a lot of these African countries. And one of the things that they know that will hurt African countries is if African countries start saying, oh, let's do quid pro quo, which none of them are doing so far. Oh, since America's going to put a ban on us, we're going to put a ban on them. No, don't do that. That doesn't make any sense. You're playing right into their playbook. They want you to do that. Some people need to start reading The Art of War. If you read The Art of War, that you'll start seeing this is how governments operate with one another. If they're doing something to you, they want you to retaliate back because they know they can squash you. If Zambia was to cut off Americans from coming here, which there's not a lot of Americans coming here for once, but if they cut it off, do you know how detrimental that would be in right now in this era? And what I mean by that is we're in a new transition. We're in a new global immigration, a new global migration. And then this goes to one of the videos. The lady said, like, oh, now there's more Americans leaving more than ever in history. That is not true. There are more Americans leaving now, and this is because of a specific reason. Do not count regular travelers who cannot truly be an expat. An expat gets residency, usually permanent residency, or they're on a path to permanent residency. This digital nomad visas, these are new. That is not expat life. That is a remote worker. That is a global remote worker. You're not an expat. An expatriate and a digital nomad are not the same. And people need to stop trying to interchange these words, because most of these people who are claiming to be expats are not expats. I'm an expat. I earned that title of being an expat. I know other expats here. They earned that title to be an expat. They're not begging for money. They're not hurting for money, and they don't need to sell courses online. Like, they have their own things that they're looking to do, just like I am. Expat and tourist or digital nomads, whatever you want to call yourself, global remote workers. Even if you're working for yourself, you're not the same. It is not the same at all. If I just wanted to cut this YouTube off, cut off all my social medias, disappear, and never do anything ever again on the internet, I could live the rest of my life how I want until the day I die. Can someone on a digital nomad visa say the same? We have to start being honest with ourselves. Also, the other expats really only apply for retired government workers and military. And the reason why I say this is not the highest ever seen of expats, the reason why you're seeing this high expatriate rate from the United States is every time after there's a major war that the United States or any other major Western country go into, the people that are in that war, the soldiers that are left behind, they expatriate. Most of them leave their home countries. It's not new. It happened in Vietnam. It happened in World War I. It happened in World War II. It happened after Desert Storm. It is now happening after Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom. Every military person that I've met, usually they have served in some form of combat arms. They served in deployments. Unless they were at high-end details to where they were still doing things that a normal person will never be able to do or could never imagine doing. That is why the expatriate rate is so high from the United States. There was a war in the 2000s. I went to war. I was in war. What was I? I was 2003, 2 or 3. I was in the Iraq War. Like, there was a war there. That war is over now, but you're seeing the remnants of what happened after that war. Those people who have worked, who done that, who got their pensions and stuff, they're leaving. It's never going to change. It has always happened. I'm pretty sure it happened during the Roman wars. It happened during the Greek wars. Like when soldiers go to war and come back, one, they lose faith in their country because they see what war is really about. That is nonsense. And two, they want freedom. To go back in America and be living that life of the American lifestyle, struggling, why? That's why we leave and go overseas. We start realizing, man, when I was here in the Philippines, when I was in China, South Korea, when I was in Vietnam, it was nice. People treated me nice. My money went far. And then they go back to those countries. However, this is where African countries can capitalize off of that. No one is marketing Africa. African governments need to start marketing themselves. They have all of these different ministries of finance, ministries of this, ministries of that. They need a ministry of marketing. Like, you need to market your country. Grab these people up. Take them. Take those people. Take that money. Yes, I'm telling you, go after their money. That is money that is boosting your economy until those people are no longer alive. It may sound horrible to some people, but it is what it is. It's the same. It ain't nothing new. The U.S. does the same thing. Canada does the same thing. All of these countries do the same thing. We have to stop this fake morality. Like, oh, you need to accept me because I'm black. I'm coming back home to the motherland. You're not African. Half the black people on the internet are talking about, oh, I'm African. You're not fucking. I'm sorry, I'm losing my cool again. You are not African. You are a black American. Like, one of the things that really annoys me when people are like, oh, you're African American. I'm like, no, I'm an American African. I am a black American who has relocated to Africa and has permanent residence. I am American African. And I tell them, like, when you as an African go and relocate to America, you are African American. I'm not African American. I don't know any of your languages. I don't know any of your tribes. Yes, Ubuntu makes me feel comfortable here. Ubuntu, I see a lot of similarities. But when you start speaking all your different dialects, I don't know what you're saying. Some of your foods I'm cool with. Some of them like, hey, you pushing it, homie. Like, that's just what it is. But I just wanted to share that with you. I know I apologize. I went on a little tangent. I apologize for the cursing. I'm trying to get better, I promise. But like, I just get annoyed when people are being taken advantage of. I get annoyed that people are sitting here taking people's hard-earned money and you're not giving them value. Someone who is not a resident of that country cannot give you enough value for you to move to that country. They don't know. And if someone is not being able to show you how they have legally been able to do something, please take my advice. Stop listening to them. Do the research yourself. Most of the information that a lot of these people give you is just 2 or 3 keystrokes on Google. They're not giving you this profound information as if they're some genius. They're lying to you. They're playing you. And I want you to be equipped with the knowledge to be able to do the stuff yourself. This is why there's so many naysayers. If you tell people like, oh man, I'm thinking about leaving the country. Well, I know somebody who did it and they said it was horrible. They went broke, this happened, that. It's because people are being naive. The same common sense that you will use in your home country, use here. Now, as an American, I know it. I get it. We have zero understanding about immigration. We don't deal with that. But you need to legally go through the system. You being black and coming to Africa is not enough for you to get residency. It doesn't work that way. Even if you do the ancestry test and all of that, if you think you're just going to go to a country like, hey, I'm Congolese, hey, I'm this, and you show them the results, they're going to tell you, like, get out. Like, also, like, if you think you can just come to one of these countries and being broke, no one's going to feel sorry for you, rightfully so. And you can't expect other expats to take care of your broke behavior. Like, nobody owes you anything. And if you're not willing to do it for yourself, why should someone else do it for you? Let me just end here. But like I say, I'm gonna start doing reaction videos. I want to start breaking down these videos as they coming up. This was the first time this channel ever popped up in my feed. I don't even know why. It's not even content that I watch, but because of it, that's why I did this video. I am grateful. I'm not here to bash the creators or anything. I don't know them personally, but people need to stop using this dirty marketing. It is not cool. You can just tell the truth. You can just tell people, hey, this is what it is. And you probably see people probably respond to you more and actually want more information from you. And you definitely, from a marketing perspective, selling a products for over $100, like that takes a lot of value. And I'm telling you right now, like very few legit, I'm talking about legit multimillionaires and billionaires sell products for those price points. So why would you be paying someone who has nowhere near the capability or resources as those people that type of money? Just think about that. Just a little food for thought. And just remember this: I am Jason, and success is simple once you know how.